Good morning, staff. I wanted to talk a little bit about the free breakfast and free lunch. The free lunch shouldn't change much of anything at all, except we'll probably have more kids eating the lunch at school, I would imagine. Free breakfast is going to look a little different. They're going to pass this out at the points of entry, so I assume in the gym and in the lobby. We'll see how that all works. The cafeteria staff is going to be taking care of that. It's going to be more of a grab and go breakfast. They're doing away with the hot breakfast. And so we are going to have the students have an option to eat that either in the cafeteria or take it to their classrooms, since not all students would be able to eat in the cafeteria in the morning if they so choose. So this is going to be a little bit of a work in progress. And for that, I apologize, but I do appreciate your flexibility in advance, and we'll see how it goes, and if we need to make adjustments, we will. But for now, starting tomorrow, the students will start coming in. They'll have an option to take the grab-and-go breakfast. They'll take that with them to their first period classroom, and they'll be able to eat it in your room. So obviously there are some problems that could occur with that, messes in the classroom, and for that, again, I apologize in advance, but that is what we're going to do moving forward, and we'll see what adjustments we need to make and make them as we go. We have an early dismissal this week Thursday, so everything will happen 2 hours earlier than it normally does, and I know Dr. Goggins sent an email out to staff about that. I'll try to forward that on to our instructional staff so they can see that information as well. But there's a early release Thursday. That is the short version of what's happening. So students will be released at 12:55 and 1 and 1:05, and we should get that rolling at about 1:30. It's another big week for home sports this week at the middle school. So Monday, we have home volleyball 7th and 8th versus Boonville. That starts at 5:30. On Tuesday, we have home football versus Boonville, and that also starts at 5:30. And then Thursday, starting at 4:30, we have 6th, 7th, and 8th grade volleyball versus Hobstadt. So those are home sports this week. And then also coming up next week, we'd considered doing it this week, but there was just too much going on, so we're going to push it one more week. We are going to do our ALICE drills, initial ALICE drills for the first semester next week, and Mrs. Duvall is going to be providing you some more information about that sometime this week. But we'll get those out of the way, where those are starting to become routine, if anything like that can be routine. And then also next week, we have our fundraiser kickoff on the 25th, which is Friday. Now, normally we do that in the auditorium. We won't be doing that in the auditorium this year. I assume that Martha from Paragon has a great idea on how to make up that kickoff for all students to see it without us gathering together. But that's really up for her to figure out and tell us how that goes. So we're getting more information from her about how that's going to work, and we'll get that out to you as soon as we can. But fundraiser kickoff is planned for Friday the 25th, and most likely that information will be given out to students during enrichment 7th period. So that is everything that I can think of, and I hope all of you have a wonderful week.